Hey guys, welcome back to our video blog. I am with Alberto, and today we're going to be talking about socialism versus capitalism.
Yes, Carlo, there are some interesting topics because they directly affect us in our everyday lives, even if we can really tell in what aspects at first. So all of our viewers can really follow along with what we are going to talk about. Let's start with the basic concepts.
Good idea. So capitalism is an economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit. Some of the characteristics of capitalism are capital accumulation, competitive markets, price system, private property, property rights recognition, voluntary exchange, and wage labor.
And socialism is a political, social, and economic philosophy encompassing a range of economic and social systems. Some of the characteristics of socialism are social ownership of the means of production. It advocated that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole.
Yes, the key arguments in this debate focus on socioeconomic equality and the extent to which the government controls wealth and production. We're going to be talking about socialism and capitalism in three different topics: efficiency and innovation, ownership and income quality, and healthcare and taxation.
Yes, I think we'll start off with the topics of efficiency and innovation.
The profit motive of private ownership in capitalism promotes enterprises to be more efficient and innovative, allowing them to provide better products at reduced cost, while firms fail frequently under capitalism through a process known as creative destruction. These failures give rise to new, more efficient businesses. But what about a socialism?
Well, state ownership. According to socialists, prevent company failures, monopolies, and allows the government to better oversee production to suit the needs of the people. State ownership, on the other hand, according to capitalists, produces inefficiency and apathy because workers and management have no personal profit incentive. Actually, one philosopher that supported or would have supported socialism is Charles Fourier. He was a French philosopher who propounded principles very similar to those of Marx and similar of what we know today as socialism. He also was one of the founders of utopian socialism. Concern and cooperation, according to Fourier, are the keys to social achievement. He believed that if people work together, they would be able to achieve far higher levels of production. Workers would be compensated to their efforts based on how much money they contributed.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. I knew there was a philosopher that talked about that, but I didn't know it was him. So now another topic I would like to talk about is ownership and income quality. Capitalists say that private property ownership is necessary to ensure people's natural right to regulate their own affairs. Capitalists believe that society is better off when the free market chooses who profits and who does not, because private sector companies use resources more efficiently than the government. Furthermore, private property ownership allows people to borrow and invest money, which helps to expand the economy.
Socialists, on the other hand, think that everyone should have access to property. They say that capitalism private ownership allows a small number of rich individuals to own the majority of the land. As a result of the resulting financial disparity, those who are less fortunate are at the mercy of the wealthy, because income inequality harms the entire society. Socialists think that the government should address it by providing programs that assist the poor, such as free education and health care, as well as raising taxes on the wealthy. It is sometimes impressive how humans could have such a diverse way of thinking.
Yes, I completely agree, especially when we talk about healthcare and taxation. Capitalists argue that the government control, rather than private control, contributes to inefficiency and long wait times in the delivery of healthcare services. Furthermore, in the expense of providing healthcare and other social services drive socialist governments to impose high progressive taxes while expanding government spending, both of which chill the economy. As for the defenders of capitalism, let me mention Robert Nozick as an example. Well known for Anarchy, State, and Utopia, a book criticizing John Rawls' theory about justice. He holds the belief that capitalism fits human nature in the greatest extent, advocating free capitalism. An American philosopher, Nozick, contends that only a minimal state conformed to the narrow functions of protection against force, fraud, theft, and administering courts of law could be justifiable, as any larger state would infringe on people's rights, even if enormous inequalities occur as a result of the process. According to Nozick, a distribution of goods is just as if he brought bread by free exchange among considering adults from a just starting position. If they were both alive today, they would have probably already gone at it.
I agree. But I check this out. Governments, according to socialists, have a moral obligation to provide basic social services. They think that the government should provide universally required services such as healthcare to everyone on a natural right. As a result, in the communist nations, hospitals and clinics are frequently owned and managed by the government.
That's interesting capitalism and socialism. That's interesting. Verga, cabrón. Chupa culo, carro del futuro. That's interesting capitalism and socialism are a lot more different than I first thought they were.
You got that right. Well, guys, this is for today's blog podcast. See you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.